So there's little symbols around the top of this. And it's taken me the better part of half an hour to try and figure out like what it all is and what the order is.
It's the order of making the beer.
I've noticed that, but if you start, there's like little words around the top of the beer. You see that, Jack?
Yeah.
Can you see the words?
I can see
It says recycle.
Yeah, so it has recycle, it has Pilsner, it has, what's that say?
Vienna, mill, mash.
So it has all these words and little symbols associated with it. But if you start at the big picture of the pub, which is where you would assume you would start.
No, that's where you end.
Regardless,
Because
right?
the beer doesn't start at the pub.
Right.
The beer ends at the pub.
Right. So you assume you either start, it's the break. You start or end at the pub.
No, the break is between recycle and Pilsner.
That doesn't make any sense though.
It does, because they can the beer goes to the pub, you enjoy it,
Okay.
and then you recycle the can.
Yeah.
And then that's the end of the beer's life.
Look, hang on. We don't need to be throwing shade. We don't need to throw shade. This is a friendly podcast.
Yeah, we're all mates here.
Welcome to Hobby Homies.
Yes, you're with Shane and Fox.
Yeah.
I'm Fox.
And I'm Shane.
Who's Jack?
That's just going to confuse them again.
I'm Jack.
And that's Jack.
That's Jack.
That's what one thing is for certain.
Yep,
And that's Jack.
that's Jack. Yes. And also, this episode is going to try not to be a rambling episode, so apologies for the last one.
Oh, yeah. So the last episode, I think we just had, I'd had a long day at work.
Yeah.
And, fuck it.
Yeah.
We just went for it.
Yeah.
We just chilled out. We had a beer. We chatted.
Yeah. It was pretty much like a catch-up, because we haven't seen each other for since the last recording.
Exactly.
So it was like a catch-up, and you guys got to enjoy it.
Yeah.
So you're welcome.
Well, hopefully you enjoyed it.
Yeah, maybe.
Then again, maybe you found it like this beer and it was a little bit confusing and you weren't sort of sure how it all fit together.
Yeah,
and
it didn't
maybe-
make sense.
maybe it promised to be something
Yeah.
that it wasn't.
Yeah.
But hey, at the end of the day, you increased your blood alcohol level.
That's right.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah, that's it.
So hopefully,
Pump those numbers.
exactly, pump them up.
Pump them up. So this episode is another inaugural episode.
Yes,
What are we talking about?
board games.
Board games.
And we're excited about it.
Yep.
Well, I am
Yeah, I'm a big board game fan.
because we try to be well prepared.
Yeah.
In our podcasts, in that we have certain things that we discuss during the week that we think, let's talk about that on the podcast.
Yeah.
We like to keep it a bit organic, so we never really elaborate much on those little dot points.
That's right. You got to keep it flowing.
This was a free for all.
Yeah.
We're just throwing fists and hoping
yeah.
the haymaker lands.
Yeah. Yes. Yep. Fair bit of a fair bit's going into this episode, isn't it?
Yeah, but that's a lie. We have done preparation. We have an exclusive sneak peek look
Yep.
at a board game that's coming out when?
1st of February.
There you go. Which
Yeah.
is, oh my goodness,
It's going to be like the day of this episode releases, I think.
today.
Today.
So it came out today.
Yeah.
So you can get this game. It's called Skytear.
Skytear.
So we're gonna dive into that. We got to play it a bit and look at it, and even just looking at it, the
Yeah.
models. Well, we'll talk about all that.
Yeah. Yeah.
What I want to know, Shane. So we have talked mostly about hobby-related stuff, wargaming exclusively, almost.
Almost exclusively, yes.
Yeah.
Some form of wargaming.
But little do people know, we froth a board game.
Oh yeah.
We froth a board game with our beers.
Yeah.
So, what board games do you like? First, I want to hear what kind of style you like.
Yep.
It's a two-part question. You can kind of construct this answer however you wish.
Okay.
What do you like in board games? What do you look for? What gets your dick hard when someone's like, it's a something board game?
Oh.
And you go, oh,
Yeah.
I get around that.
Yeah. Yep.
And
Gets the blood
also,
flowing.
what are your top 3 board games?
Top 3. Oof. Okay, so the style of board games I like to go for, I'd say mostly strategy. Cooperative. I do like a cooperative game.
Okay.
Um,
What do you like about cooperative games?
cooperative, I like the idea of like a team effort and fighting against the game,
Yeah.
playing against the game. And also a lot of cooperative games have a betrayer or some sort of mechanic. So like one person unknown to the rest of the group has their own secret win condition.
A moly mole.
Oh yeah, a mole. One particular game comes to mind is called Dead of Winter.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
You've
so
got that?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like a zombie survival kind of game, and yeah, there's like a sort of a mole, and you if you get exiled, does you have your own winning conditions and that sort of stuff?
That's cool.
Yeah,
Mm.
yeah, yeah.
So you're a co-op strategy kind of guy.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Like I'll play any sort of board game, like even like sort of like builders, like Settlers of Catan and stuff like that.
Yes.
Card games, I sort of I got a couple of card games that I do enjoy, like Dominion.
Oh, yeah.
But I sort of I don't know. I like a board with like tokens. Really, I
Yep.
don't know. Yeah, I just feel like I can see it better.
Yeah.
You're playing a game where you're like say you're building like an empire or something, for instance, like,
Yes.
and you've got those cards in your hands. All right, cool. I've got cards that say like guard tower.
Yeah.
But I like to see it on the board. I like to see my little tower or my dudes there.
Was that a dig at Seven Wonders?
I've never played Seven.
Oh, okay. Was that a dig at Citadels?
Never played Citadel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that was just off the top of my head.
Citadels is exactly that. It's a card game where you
Yep.
try and build your citadel,
Okay.
your town, your city,
Yep.
and the first one. No, wait, sorry. I'm thinking of Seven Wonders.
Okay,
Sorry,
yeah.
I got them. Oh, goodness.
You've done it again.
My brain's fried again. It's getting them confused. Anyways,
Yeah. Yeah.
one of them
Yep.
has a watchtower,
Okay.
and that is all you are. You're playing cards. You can't actually like see your town walls or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's that kind of style of game.
When I was thinking of like Dominion that has that sort of thing, like
Yeah, it's I guess similar. Yeah.
Which I do enjoy. I don't know. Maybe I'm like, I don't know, being a hypocrite, but that's what I enjoy.
Mm.
What about you? What sort of board games do you enjoy?
Oh man. Ooh. Ooh.
Something squeaky.
That was very squeaky. That might have sounded like it was in this very room, but I think it was
It was outside.
it was years away. It was years away. It was outside.
Just one of the locals opening up and saying,
They just wander in and out of this facility.
Yeah.
Maybe they're opening up a container full of board games.
Maybe.
Only we could imagine.
Yes.
I'm like you. There's not board games I would say no to.
No.
I catch up with my boss and his mates. I guess by extension, my mates as well.
Yeah.
And we every other Friday sort of like just play whatever board games the board game guy brings around.
Yep.
There's always that guy that has all of the board
Oh
games.
yeah, and they get new games every week.
Every week.
Yeah.
And so you're playing a new game every week, which I don't love. So I sort of like to play the same game
A few times.
a few times. I want to get the hang of it. The
Yeah.
first time you play it, you're still learning the rules.
The first 3 times you play a game, sometimes you learn
Yeah.
the rules.
Yep.
Until after that, that's when you've got everything down pat.
And that's when everyone's sort of like in their groove. So you're playing against a person, not at their best,
Yeah.
obviously, but
Yeah.
with a firm understanding.
Because it's no fun playing against that one guy who knows the rule book backwards,
Oh,
forwards,
yeah.
inside out.
Which is the guy that owns it.
Yeah. And you know nothing, and it's like, yeah, it's an unfair advantage in a way.
I just want to be on even ground, figure
Yeah.
out what the meta is, figure out what the strong, things
Yeah.
are, and
Well,
see them coming.
In our sort of friend group, you're that board game guy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I did not ever expect me to become that board game guy.
Yeah.
It started with a game called Unearth, which was a very cheap game. I liked the concept. That's a lie. Actually started with a Kickstarter.
Yeah.
My friend who's the board game guy talked about getting a lot of his games through Kickstarter.
Yep.
But how he was sort of like, he was talking about dying down his Kickstarter orders because he finds that a lot of them, apart from the exclusives, are just sometimes even more expensive than
Okay.
retail.
Yeah, yeah. Is it because they try and throw in all these like bonuses, like expansions, and
Yeah.
like shiny cards
Yes,
or
yeah.
limited edition models or whatever?
Yeah, you're almost, for some of them, you end up paying for the Kickstarter exclusives.
Yeah.
And again, some of them, like, it's hit and miss. So there's a couple games where if you go in now and buy the core game and the expansions at your local game store now,
Yep.
then it's cheaper and or the same price as the Kickstarter was.
Yeah. Yep.
There are some that are, you can't even get the Kickstarter exclusives
Yeah.
for in the same stratosphere as the
Which
game.
adds value to the Kickstarter.
Sometimes. It does. Yeah, it does. It does. Absolutely. But you got to be careful because if it's a game that you play 3 times and then never bring to the table again,
Yep.
those Kickstarter exclusives weren't worth it.
No, absolutely not.
So it's tough. But the Kickstarter, what would you call it? atmosphere
Yep.
itself is quite addictive. Getting
Okay.
the updates constantly from the developers and seeing where it's at,
Yeah,
and interacting with the community and stuff like that. I'm a bit of a sucker for that as well.
I feel like it kind of brings you into the process, you know? Like, it's kind of like, it's exciting news for you as well.
Yeah.
You're almost sort of, you're nowhere near as, like, into it as the developer is.
No.
But it's kind of like, oh, sweet, you know, this game that I had faith in is actually getting produced.
Yeah, yeah, and you're invested in it.
Yeah, you are in a way.
It's like that game. I think I've only played it with you. It's called Call to Adventure.
Yes, the
That was-
card game. Yeah, that was a interesting game. I did enjoy it.
The concept is phenomenal.
Yeah.
And very cool.
Yeah.
It's definitely not it's different because when I backed it, I think it was 142 Australian dollars
Wow. Okay.
for a card game.
Yeah.
But that was because you get the core set, you get one of the next expansion, shipping, and all the sleeves
And the
a
big
few
mats,
Kickstarter
that big mouse pad like
Yes,
material mat.
yeah, I got that too. Yeah, all that kind of stuff. That's another game that probably because of how infrequently I play it,
Yeah.
wasn't worth doing the Kickstarter.
No.
Because if I bought the core game and the expansion itself, which is all I need,
Yeah.
it would have been well below 142.
Yeah.
Probably
yeah.
be 100,
$100.
$100.
Yeah.
But I mean, then my cards wouldn't be sleeved.
Yeah.
But that wouldn't matter as much because they're not getting played as much. So
Yeah.
it is phenomenal. But the tricky thing with board games, it's not how good the game is itself that depicts how much it gets played. It's how good all the other games you have are.
Yeah.
So if you have got Scythe
Yeah.
or Root or Wingspan or Gloomhaven, these are like all the top 10 kind of games.
Yeah,
If you've
yep.
got, goodness, I can't mention
Sheriff
them
of
all.
Nottingham.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you've got the Great Western Trail, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Those will come to the table, and Call to Adventure, which in its own right is a phenomenal game,
Yeah.
will sit on the bench
Yeah. Yeah.
and not get played that much because your time to play these games with all your friends is so limited
Yeah.
that it's not vying for a stock based on how good it is,
No.
just how good all the other games are.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there are some phenomenal ones.
You know where it wins though is replayability.
Yeah.
It's almost got unlimited replayability because it's all card, like drawn cards. You get a different experience every time. And that's what you want in a game, in any game. You want
Yeah.
replayability. You know, you buy it once.
Yeah.
You don't, unless it's amazing and you get, you know, you're happy with it. You think you've got your money worth after that one game.
Yeah.
You're gonna want to get half a dozen good sessions out of it to get your money's worth.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the Call to Adventure is good. It's the first Kickstarter I backed, and
Yeah.
that's what got me down the rabbit hole of
See,
buying my
I've
own board games.
never backed a Kickstarter.
How dare you?
I know. I've
It's
looked
fine.
at some.
Yeah, it's fine.
But it's hard. It's hard to know like what to back. Like some of the ones I've looked at is like, oh, it's already funded. Like, is it still too late to back it? Like,
Oh, no.
I don't know.
No way. No.
Yeah.
My friend, we need a kickstart. No, I better not. I was going to kickstart your Kickstarter,
No, please no.
poppy Kickstarter cherry, but it is like Pringles, man.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is like Pringles. I've got a friend who got married recently, and in the last 6 months before getting married, he spent, I think, almost $3,000 on Kickstarter games.
Oh, his wife, fiance would not have been happy.
It's one of those things where it's like, spend whatever you want, because once we're married,
Oh yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
everyone
Yeah.
does it.
The old hall pass.
Yeah.
The old hobby
the
hall
real
pass.
hall pass that you want.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't want to sleep with another woman. I want $3,000 worth of board games. Get out of here with that. Catch herpes? No. I want to catch a W on that new game I bought. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was the same thing. I kind of like, he was like, oh, so you use Kickstarter, was it good? And I was like, oh yeah, you know, this is how you use it and stuff. And that was the last I saw of him until his wedding day, where he walked down the aisle on boxes of unplayed games. That's another thing. If you go too hard into board games, which you can do very easily.
It's like hobby. You
it's
buy
like
too
hobby.
much, you can't play with it,
yeah,
all of it.
Yep. You can't paint it all. You
Yeah.
can't build it all. You can't throw it all on the table at once.
Yep.
We as adults only have so much time.
Yeah.
So I've been careful with what I've ordered.
Yep.
So
You have to be.
yeah,
Otherwise, you end up selling it off 12 months later for half what you paid for it.
yeah, absolutely.
Still in shrink wrap.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's pretty
Yeah,
crazy.
it's pretty hard. So, have you got any games that are coming up that you're looking forward to?
Yes, I backed. So as you know, in our little board game community,
Yep.
which extends, you know, there's my boss and his friends. There's us and our friends.
Yeah.
There's a couple. There's one of my other friends and all his friends.
Yeah.
And in that group, I'm the root guy.
Yeah.
Now,
So you're the guy you go to for a root?
if you want to play root, sorry, wait, I've forgotten what we were talking about.
Board games.
Board games.
Yes.
Okay, that's a different podcast.
Yeah.
What we're about to discuss, but this one will discuss board games.
Yeah.
I have the root board game, which I love. So, I am what you call an animal person. Not to the extent that I'm proud, to the
Okay.
extent that I'm a little bit ashamed.
Yes, you should be ashamed.
I love animals. I am a druid of the forest.
In that way, you should not be ashamed.
Okay.
Everyone loves animals.
Yes. I think, so my mum, bit of backstory, did animal rescue.
Yes, she
out in
did.
these parts.
I remember going over and like, you've got possums in the
Possum.
spare bedroom. I'm
Yeah.
like, who has possums in the spare bedroom?
Yeah, little ringtail possums. That's what I
Yeah.
grew up with, man.
Yeah.
And before that, before she was doing animal rescue, we had at our old house 23 different pets.
Wow.
There were rabbits, guinea pigs, dogs, cats. I think some of the pets we had don't even exist anymore. So we had some pets.
Yep.
And so I've grown up with animals. And Root is a war game
Yes, it is.
based around woodland creatures.
If you haven't seen the artwork before, just, I don't know, put us on pause for like 2 seconds and just Google.
However long it takes.
Yeah, just Google root board game. Make sure you add board game on the end of it.
Yeah. Yes.
Otherwise, you will go to a website you don't want to go to.
Or
Well,
maybe
not safe for work,
not safe for work.
not safe for wife.
Not safe for life.
Yes, and just look at the artwork. It's amazing. You know, these cute little like squirrels and rabbits with like swords and armor. It's fantastic.
It sold me. I actually didn't look at when I pre-ordered Root. I missed the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
I pre-ordered Root and didn't look at the game at all.
No, you told me that the artwork sold you on the game.
I bought it based on the game,
Yeah.
based on the art. Sorry.
Yeah.
And after that, I bought the expansion, and then I backed. So to answer your question that you asked me half an hour ago, you asked me what I'm looking forward to.
Yep.
They did a RPG for Root. a
Oh,
board game.
yes.
So it's set in the Root universe with all those cute little cuddly creatures that
Yep.
want to kill each other.
Yep.
It's an RPG, which I haven't ever done before.
No.
But we had a bit of a. They've got like a quick start.
Yeah, we had to play with it.
Yeah.
It's kind of like D&D in a
Yep.
way. Like, again, we've never played D&D, so we could be completely wrong. If so, email at hobbyhomies@gmail.com.
Let us know.
Yep.
We love being told how wrong we are.
Yeah. But yeah, it was fun. You know, you play as a single character, you interact with other characters.
Absolutely.
Your decision affects how the game plays.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever done as much homework for anything in my life
No.
as I did for our one-on-one. I was the GM, the
Yeah.
game master, and I just tried to create all the different. Root takes place in the forest clearings
Yes.
of the woodland forest. So, like, the rabbits have a clearing where they
Yep.
build their rabbit homes and whatnot.
Yep.
Anyway, so for each clearing that you travel to, that's where you interact with things.
Yep.
So I tried to, there's like, I think 12 clearings in our particular game, and I tried to have every single one of them described in detail
Yeah.
so that when you walked in, you knew exactly what you were looking at.
Yeah. And you did a good job of the ones we visited. But
Thank you.
I think we played for like 2 hours. We only visited like 2 different clearings.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was long. Like, it would have gone a long time.
Oh, yeah. And just in playing that little sample,
Yep.
I was so excited.
Yeah.
I was like, I could definitely play this.
Yeah. But like, that was just one-on-one. Imagine with like 4 other
Oh,
people.
I couldn't imagine.
Yeah.
That'd
GM
be
and
sweet.
five characters would be pretty cool.
Yeah.
Be interesting.
So that's my main board game.
Yeah.
I asked you about your top 3.
You did.
He didn't give it to me, but what are you thinking about it?
You did ask me about that, didn't you?
Yeah. Why are you stewing on it?
Yeah.
Root
Tell
is
me
in-
yours.
Root is in mine.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yep.
Love it. There's another expansion coming out soon,
Oh,
Root the
yeah.
Underworlds, which adds 2 new factions,
Cool.
which is great. I've played Root a lot. It's my most played board game.
Yep.
I've played it with different groups of people. It's tricky because it can seem like certain races are overpowered
Okay.
because they're all completely asymmetrical.
Yep.
Which means no 2 races follow the same rules.
Yep.
They've all got their own rules, which is one of the things I love about it. So, like, if you're the... there's a rebel alliance
Yep.
that's called the Woodland Alliance. And so basically their job is to spread favor in different clearings and sympathy, sorry. And they try and sort of like bring forth an uprising in the shadows.
Yes, against the evil corporation known as the
Marquis de Cat.
Marquis the Cat.
Marquis de Cat.
Yes.
It might be called that because it sounds like my kitty cat. Who knows?
Or it's French.
Or it's French. Marquis de Cat. So, and they try and like, build, they're the evil corporation. They're knocking down the forest. They're building sawmills, workshops, industrializing the forest of woodland animals. There's the birds that are like, I won't go into all of them.
Yeah.
But there's the birds who are called the Eerie, and they're like your bureaucratic government officials trying to rule with, policy and whatnot.
Yeah,
but
fight with the pen, not with the sword.
Exactly.
Yep.
The pen is mightier than the sword.
Some say.
They say.
Until you get stabbed by a pen.
Yeah, then it hurts.
Yep.
Not as much as a sword.
No.
But hey, the pen is mightier than the sword. So it's very cool. And then you've got like a lizard cult, which are like cultists. They have the cult of Scientology, and they're all about building gardens and just having a good time.
Something about mass suicide, is that right?
I don't know.
Drink the Kool-Aid?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a different cult.
Okay.
That's a not safe for work one as well.
How about the river people? They were my favourite.
Oh, don't even get me started.
We can talk about that's a whole episode.
Exactly.
So let's just keep going.
So that's my number one.
Yeah.
Root is for its theme, for its art. The artist is Carl Ferrin, by the way, who they've the people that made Root have jumped on board with Carl Ferrin, Leader Games, by the way.
Okay.
That's who made Root.
Yep.
And then making a new game called Oath. Which is it's actually for Kickstarter now. You can jump on there right now and back the Kickstarter.
Interesting.
Do it, Shane. Don't do it. I've already done it. I've done it for us.
Okay, good.
Different game, different theme.
Yeah.
Same artist. So it's cool. It's great.
Yep. What are your other two favourite games?
So there's a game called Sidereal Confluence.
Interesting. Never heard of it.
It's a very different game to what I usually enjoy.
Yep.
I like Euro games. I like strategy games. I'm like you. But the whole preface is you've got these converters that you're trying to run. Okay. It's a very basic game.
Yeah, yep.
Some
of the most basic games are some of the best games.
Oh, yeah. It's phenomenal.
It doesn't have to be complicated to be a good game.
No. And look, this can be complicated, which is good. You kind of want that high ceiling.
Yeah,
you want it to be basic enough that you can teach to anyone.
Yep.
But complicated enough that if you play it 10 times, you're still challenged.
Yeah, yeah.
Easy to get into, hard to master.
There you go.
Yes, well said,
That's why
Jack.
we brought him.
Easy to get into, hard to master.
Now, you've used your 15 words for today. Quiet, peasant. Unless it's more gold like that. Go back to your mine so you can dig up some more gold, Jack. Am I right? So, yes. Easy to master, hard to... No. So Sidereal Confluence, the premise is you've got these little converters. It's all done with this weird universal currency called cubes.
Okay.
I don't know what it's actually called, but they're just little cubes.
Yep.
You've got little cubes, green, brown, whatever.
Okay.
And you've got big cubes. And anyway, you might have a converter that trades 2 little green cubes to 1 big black cube.
Oh,
a BBC.
The big black cube.
The big black cube. Or maybe you got one that's so good that it converts 2 little green ones to 1 big black cube and a little green one. So you get that little green one back.
I have a question.
Yes.
How can I get 1 little white cube and 5 big black cubes?
Well, it's all about the positioning.
Okay.
So the little white cube has to be in the middle of the 5 big black cubes.
Okay. Interesting.
How many beers are there? Maybe it is 6%. So the cool thing about this game, it's got a lot of cool moving parts, but one of them is there's a 10-minute time where you trade.
Okay.
And there's no rules. You just trade.
Trade with other players?
With other players.
Yeah.
That's the only way to get certain cubes.
Okay.
Because your race at the start might only generate the big black cubes.
Yeah.
You're known for it. Maybe you're that race that just has the big black cubes.
Yeah.
But there's other races that aren't so blessed. So they have different cubes.
Yeah.
Small green cubes or whatever.
Yep.
And to run your converters, you might need those big black cubes
Yeah.
or whatever. So anyway, you got to trade. That's the only way you can do it. So you over there might have the yellow cube that I need,
Yep.
but I don't need these 2 green cubes,
Yep.
but you don't want them either. So I can't trade with you directly.
Unless what could I like? Can you trade like 1 yellow cube for like 5 green? If you desperately need that yellow cube,
Oh, yeah.
and I'll say, all right, I'll give you 5 of those for it.
I'd be like, hell yeah, because I know, although I can't even use those cubes in my converters,
Yeah.
I see 2 blokes over there that can.
Okay.
So I take them from you, knowing that I can flip them to those guys.
Yeah,
I mean,
righto.
just on pure value alone, you've
Yeah.
given me more than enough. But yeah, but it's absolute madness. We play it with 8 players,
yeah.
and it's insane. Everyone throws their chairs back, stands on their feet.
It's like
and
the
there's
stock market.
It is, man. It's insane. It's like the Wolf of Wall Street scene where they're just like,
Yeah.
they're throwing shit and they're on the phones and you can't hear anything. And there's a guy under the table. And
So
like,
how much coke do you have to do to like really get into it?
there's not enough coke that you could do that would prepare you for this game.
Okay.
And for that 10 minutes alone, that's my number 2 game.
Yep.
That 10 minutes alone is my number 1. But the rest of it, you know, there's other stuff.
Yeah,
So.
yeah, slows it down.
But I think it's phenomenal.
Yeah.
All the you've got races again, and you've got different abilities that you can do.
Are they like aliens? Like,
Yeah, it's like a space.
so it's like
game.
an international, like, intergalactic
Yes.
market of some sort.
Absolutely.
Okay.
That's exactly what it
Yeah.
is. Yeah, you got it. So we're gonna play that. It's sick. It's absolutely
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah,
And the
sounds
more
good.
players, the less balanced it becomes, but the more fun.
Yeah. Most games like that, like the more players, the better.
Yeah, 3 to 5 is a sweet spot. in
Yeah,
there.
yep,
Yeah.
yep.
Most games design themselves for that.
Yep.
And then they expand out because they want to sell more copies. So if they
Yeah.
can sell it as a 10-player game,
Yeah.
a 2 to 10-player game, then that's that many more people that will buy it.
Yeah. What's your third favorite game?
Oh goodness, sorry, I'm taking so long on these.
You are.
I almost don't want to commit that to a spot yet.
Okay.
Next episode, I'll have a number 3.
All right.
Next board game episode,
Yep.
I'll lock it in.
All right.
There's a few good ones, but
I reckon I can think of 2 now for me.
let's do it. Let's do it
And-
for top 2.
Yeah, top 2. So, not complex games whatsoever, but do have strategy. I think it's difficult. I enjoy a bluffing mechanic to a game.
I see, a sneaky bugger.
Yeah, the old sneaky McSneakster. So
That's what they call you.
yeah, when they don't call me Disco Dave
Which they call you often.
every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, so probably Sheriff of Nottingham. That's a
yeah.
perfect game when you've
Yep.
got 5. It's a 5-player game. I don't know if you can get expansions for more players. I think you can.
Yeah.
I think there is an expansion for it. But like, if you've all had a few drinks,
Yeah.
you know the cards are going around,
Yeah.
and if you haven't played the game, I'm not going to explain it too much now.
Yeah.
Watch a YouTube video or something
Cool.
like that. But basically, you put cards in a little pouch, you pass them off to the sheriff,
Uh-huh.
and you have to convince him not to check the pouch.
Interesting.
If he searches it and what you've got in there, like you've got 5 apples or whatever,
Yeah.
or I don't know how many, yeah, he pays you a fee if you've got what you said you have. If you've got contraband in there and he finds it, you get a fine.
That's cool.
And at the end of the game, basically, if you've smuggled in enough contraband or honestly traded enough produce goods, you win. So they add points up. So
Cool.
yeah,
That is cool.
Yeah, yeah. And second, I don't know. I just think it's because I've been playing it like lately.
Yeah.
I really enjoy Ticket to Ride.
Yes.
Have you played Ticket to Ride?
I have not. I've watched
Yeah.
it been played. I can see why people love
It's
it.
one of those top Euro games. Like
Yeah.
so basic. You could teach it to a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
And
That's why it's gone off. It's a gateway game.
it is. It really is a gateway game. And you just build trains, and we've got the USA one and the Europe one.
Yeah.
Europe one's got a few more mechanics involved, like with tunnels,
Yeah.
which again I'm not going to go into.
Yeah.
But it's one of those staples. Like it's
Yeah.
up there with like Settlers of Catan and Carcassonne, which is a French city builder basically. Yeah.
Wee
so-
wee.
We.
Wee wee, mate. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's cool.
they're probably my top 2. Again, third one will come next board game episode.
I lied a little while ago when I said
new?
I wasn't going to tell you what my top 3 was because number 3 is absolutely Wingspan.
Oh yes, yeah,
I
yep.
love it.
Yep.
I love the theme and the art.
Again, the art's good.
And
Yeah.
the thing, yeah, I mean, it's animals.
Yep.
Again, another game I bought purely off the art.
Yep.
The mechanics, it's a highly rated game, very highly rated game.
Yep.
And I guess I think it's because it's a really solid family game as
Yep.
well. Another gateway game.
Yeah, yeah.
A little bit more complicated. I wouldn't say it's like a easy gateway game.
No.
But they can go from Ticket to Ride
Yep.
to Dominion to Wingspan.
It's one of those games that you could, like, you know, if you have dinner with the in-laws, you could
Yeah.
chuck it on the table.
yeah, it's easy to explain.
Yeah.
It's cute.
Yeah.
I love it. I think the theme and everything for me makes me enjoy it so much more.
Yeah.
In spite of its mechanics.
Yeah. One
Yeah.
thing I saw the other day was they've released an Oceania Birds expansion for it.
They are going to,
Oh, they're going to,
absolutely.
yeah.
Yep.
In sort of in honor of the fires that are going on over here.
Yes. So, if you are a board gamer, maybe you already have Wingspan.
Yeah.
Maybe you're thinking about getting Wingspan.
Yeah.
Regardless, the way they're doing the donation to Wires, which is we've spoken about Wires
Yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
It's an animal welfare group
Yeah.
that they're donating $1 for every person that subscribes to the newsletter to get notified when it's coming out.
Oh, wow,
You don't actually have
really?
to buy the game.
So 1,000 people could subscribe and not buy the game and they still donate $1,000.
Yep, absolutely.
Brilliant.
And you should. I actually sent... So there's a little part where you put in your email address,
Yep.
obviously. I put in a heap of people's email addresses.
Have you done mine?
No, I haven't.
Oh, you should.
I should. Because it then sends you... Because they're smart.
Yeah.
It then sends that person an email confirming that you actually want to sign up for the
Oh,
newsletter.
okay.
Smart, so you can't
Yeah.
just put in a bunch of random emails that people don't use or whatever,
Yeah,
or don't
yep.
exist or
Yep.
whatever. So I did it to people that I had already told, hey, or I shot them a quick message saying,
Yep.
just sign up for this.
Just
It'll
click
tell
the
you
button.
when.
Yeah.
Yep. Not to make this company fork out a bunch of money in donations. These are
No.
people that I think will probably buy it or
Yeah.
care about knowing when it comes out or
Yeah.
things like that.
But even then, just knowing that $1 from clicking one button is going to go to
Yeah.
Wires, like,
Yeah.
why not? Like,
Yeah, absolutely.
who cares if you're going to get an email like once every fortnight or something about Wingspan?
And I'm super hyped because they did a European expansion,
Yeah.
which I'm not sure if that's even out yet.
Okay.
But, I mean, anytime they put in more birds to a game that's already got hundreds of beautiful
Yeah.
art. In fact, I should have that already. I bought one of the artworks from the artist
Oh, really?
of that game.
Yeah.
It's like little
framed or like
frames.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, it's not the original. You can buy some originals.
Yeah.
A lot of them are sold out for, like, the amazing birds that
Yeah.
she's done. She's done a phenomenal job.
Yeah.
But they're reprints of those. I ordered it ages ago. Yeah, I better check into that.
Yeah. It's been bounced back.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, maybe. Didn't have money in the account. So, but yeah, I'm super hyped for the Australian expansion. That's going to be sweet.
Yeah.
because I've actually got a field guide on my phone right now of all the Victorian birds.
Yeah.
I guess I've been doing bird watching. I didn't even realize. I didn't
Wow.
want to put a label on
You
it.
are old, dude.
Look at this, Australian birds. I'm showing Shane my phone right now.
Yep.
What do you want to know about,
Can
dude?
confirm.
What do you want to know about? You want to know about galliforms?
Yeah. Yeah, I want to know all about galliforms.
I can tell you about the domestic chicken, the partridge, the Australian bush turkey. In fact, I lived in Queensland. I can tell you a lot about the Australian bush turkey.
Cassowary.
Well, I could tell you about the cassowary, but I don't think that's in this this family.
What up, hobby homies? You've tuned into Bird Podcast.
Yes, this is mostly pheasants and fowls. So there you go.
Today on Bird Watching Bread.
This is pheasants and fowls. Anyway,
Maybe
so I
we can
love
get David
Wings.
Attenborough as a guest.
Yeah, he was telling me the other day he'd love to come on.
Yeah?
Yeah.
We know some about 40K.
Yeah, I think so. I think he was mid 40K game.
Yeah.
So the domestic chicken, I know a lot about those.
Yep.
Yeah,
You've got some.
I do. So look, Wingspan's awesome.
Yep.
Were the fires worth it to get the Australian expansion? The Australian expansion?
No.
All right. Well, yeah. So people have their own opinions. The fires were absolutely devastating,
Yes.
but the birds are mighty adorable.
Yes,
so.
they are. Yeah.
So Wingspan. Currently, I haven't thought a lot about it. I posed this question to you and didn't prepare at all for a rebuttal to be asked to me. But I think I'm happy to say Root, Sidereal Confluence, Wingspan.
Yeah. Nice. Well, I'm going to stick to my word and reveal my third favourite game
You would.
next episode.
That's classic Shane.
Because I can't think of one.
Fair enough.
Like, I know I'm trying to picture my, like, pile of board games at home on the shelf.
Yeah.
And
It's very empty.
a few, it's got a few on there.
Yeah.
A few come to mind, but I don't know if they're, like, worthy,
Yes.
you know?
Yeah,
It's
I
a
know.
big-
No, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I've got a top 5 movie slot, and I just cannot give number 5 a spot. You know?
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yep.
I don't want to lock it in.
No,
I don't want to taint it because
No.
then it's done.
that's right.
But I'm happy with my top 3.
Okay.
So
It's very good.
another game we've played recently that was super fun was Skytear.
Skytear.
I called it Skytear early, and it stuck with me for an annoyingly long time.
Yep.
Skytear.
Skytear.
Now, do we have the facility to take a break
Yes.
so that I can do the missing step on this can?
Yes, we can.
And
Yes.
okay, excellent,
Cool.
fantastic.
Okay.
That was good. Grabbed myself another beverage.
Yes. And one for me too.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
And one for
Um,
me as well.
And one for Jack.
And thank you for bringing them.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And thank you for fridging them, Jack. We make a good team.
We do. Yeah, you fetch them.
They're fetched.
Jack fridges them. I bring them.
And we all
Enjoy
drink them.
them.
Oh,
Oh, that would have been good.
damn.
We should have
do-
rehearsed
Let's
that.
do it again. We'll edit it in post.
Shane also needs to think of an F. Because, like,
Huh?
I fridged them, you fetched them, Shane facilitates?
He facilitated.
Facilitates?
That's not what I was going to say.
No.
What's he doing?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. You wouldn't understand, you young rapscallion.
So before we took a beverage break,
I took a sudden break.
a sudden break, unexpected.
Yeah. I was just really thirsty.
Yeah. We started talking about Skytear,
Yes.
which we had an exclusive sneak peek at
Yeah.
as it's released on the 1st of February.
Which is today?
Today. Yeah.
Yeah.
Today, yesterday, sometime in the present.
Yeah.
And
And it would be a great present.
it will yes it will.
You're welcome.
The guys down at Werribee Guff gave us a little sneak peek on this one. We got to take it home for a week, and I flicked the rules backwards and forwards and watched some videos and admired the models.
I loved the models.
The models were great. Yeah.
Yeah, they looked phenomenal.
Yeah. So this is a game made by PvP Geeks. It's a MOBA inspired board game.
Yeah.
So if anyone who's familiar with League of Legends
Or Dota.
or Dota or other ones will know what
Bang
a
Bang
MOBA
Guns
is.
of Glory on mobile.
Yeah, sure. Clash of Clans, I don't know.
No.
It's their first Kickstarter was funded in less than 24 hours,
Yeah.
but it was cancelled due to the feedback on price.
Yeah. Which is good.
Yeah.
That someone, you pour your blood, sweat, and tears into a game.
Yeah.
This is their first ever game.
Yeah.
As far as I know.
Yeah.
That's the only one they're accredited to.
Yeah.
So they've probably been working on this.
Yeah.
Their hearts are pounding. They throw it to Kickstarter. It goes live.
Yeah.
But people complain.
Yeah.
They buy it.
Yeah.
They're funded.
But it's too expensive.
But people are saying it's sort of too expensive.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got 2 options then.
Yeah.
Print what you got. You've already made, however much.
Yeah.
It's been funded. All your hard work's paid off. Or do you listen to the community feedback?
Yeah. Which is what they did.
Yeah. They cancelled
They cancelled it. Yeah. Yep. And then they released it like 2 months later. They managed to figure out a way to save money, make
Yeah.
the game much more reasonably priced.
Yeah.
I think they've reduced the scale of the miniatures
They did.
down
So-
from like 45 to 38.
yeah.
So that would save, I'd imagine, a lot of money as far as molding and sculpting and actually producing the miniatures go.
Yeah.
Because they are beautiful models. Like
They are really good.
I think they're a resin or some sort.
Yeah, yeah.
But see, resin. When people think of resin, if they're familiar with the industry, they think most of them think of Games Workshop's Flying Cast,
yeah.
which cannot represent resin. Resin's brilliant when it's done properly.
Yeah.
And these models are fantastic. Like I was looking at the box and I'm like, I want to paint these.
They sort of reminded me a little bit of like the D&D
Yeah, yeah.
and the Pathfinder.
Yep. Yeah, well, they're that sort of fantasy, I suppose.
Yeah.
They got the champions,
Yeah.
the minions. As all great MOBAs have, they have minions.
Yeah. So
Um,
for those unfamiliar with a MOBA game, it's like a tower defense
Yeah.
game where you've got different. You've got a base,
Yep.
and your opponent has a base, and they're opposite each other.
Yeah, and
Defending-
towers in between.
And defending those ones are like towers. And those towers are in different lanes.
Yeah.
And so your champions go down each lane trying to siege these towers.
Yep.
And your opponent's doing the same. And the first one to siege through those towers and destroy their base, aka Nexus or whatever,
Yeah.
wins.
Yeah.
So it's that, but it's in a board game.
Yeah. Which it sounds like it'd be difficult to pull off, but they did a good job.
And they did it without dice, which I
Yeah.
thought was very interesting.
A very good card mechanic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the game, like we said, is set to release on the 1st of February. Retails for $129.99 Australian dollars. Yeah, sculpted 38mm scale miniatures. I think we have, off the top of my head, I think there's 8 or 10 heroes in the box.
Yeah.
And we've got one outsider, which is like a unplayable character. And then each faction, there's 4 factions, has 4 minions.
Yeah.
So,
Each. Yes.
yeah,
Correct.
yeah. 4 factions and 4 minions.
Yeah.
So there's 5 expansions available for pre-order. There's 4 hero expansions, each with 4 heroes, hero cards, power cards, which is all sort of integral to the game,
Yeah.
and 1 outsiders expansion. So outsiders are the unplayable characters.
That you can like tame and
You can tame and
Yeah.
control, yeah. So on the board, there's what they call a dome, which is sort of like looks like a big energy sort of grid in the middle,
Yep.
which is where the outsiders teleport. I
Yeah.
don't know how they
Yeah.
get in there, but
Yeah.
somehow they get in there.
From the outside in.
From the outside in, yeah. So, and then they're controlled by one player who controls what would be the middle lane, I suppose, in a
Yeah.
MOBA.
Yeah.
So the core set, 8 heroes. It is 8 heroes.
Yeah, it's 2 for each faction.
2 for each faction, yeah. 16 minions, 1 outsider, 84 cards, so hero cards, power cards, victory conditions,
Yeah.
and 1 double-sided board featuring a 2-lane and 3-lane game styles.
Yes, which is useful because what I like about it, it's very flexible in the way that you can play it.
Yeah,
So it is always a MOBA,
yeah,
but you can play 2 players, 1v1,
Yep.
super competitive, which is you versus me.
yeah.
You can play 3 players, so you can do, which is what we did, a 3-player game.
We
which was
did.
cool.
We did 2v1.
Yep, it was you and my brother versus me,
Yep.
which was again cool. You can do 4v4. You can go up to, you can go up to 4v4, which is 8-player.
Yeah.
Which basically means, I think for the 2-lane map, and for the core set in general,
Yeah.
there's always 4 champions on each
On each
side.
side, that's right.
So in an 8-player game, you all actually just have 1
Yeah.
champion,
Yeah.
as opposed to when we played, I controlled all 4 of mine.
Yeah.
You had 2, and my brother had 2.
Yeah.
And you guys sort of,
We worked together like
you worked
that.
together, but you did your own thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And just something was so cool about having 8 players, all with your own, you can really focus in on your hero, your champion,
Yeah.
and how you want to play them.
Yep. And, the heroes have different classes, factions.
Yeah.
Some deal damage, some are utility, some have got great survivability.
Yeah, yeah.
And-
there's like tanks and healers.
Yeah, and they're so none of the heroes play the same as any other hero.
Yeah, which is cool.
Yeah, yeah. So, and from what we're getting from it, it's heavily oriented for competitive play.
They're definitely trying to gear it that way.
Yeah.
And I can see the core game that they've got now, perfect canvas for it.
It is. It
Perfect
really
canvas.
is.
Like they've got a draft phase. So the very first thing that happens is you actually, destroying the Nexus is one way to win.
Yep.
But of 10 cards that you start with, you draw 3 of them and they're alternate victory conditions.
Yeah, yeah.
That's the very first thing that happens. So
Yep.
one of the victory conditions might be win control of the middle area
3
times
times
in a row.
Yeah.
One might be destroy your opponent's left tower,
Yep.
which in itself is quite easy. Obviously, you can destroy the left tower, but that victory condition is available for everyone.
That's
So
right.
if
Yeah.
you're trying to destroy my left tower, then I'm trying to destroy yours,
Yeah.
which is the tower in the other lane.
Yeah. Yep.
But if we both do that, then, and I see you've got a guy that's going to be able to clear the minions better and then push control
Yep.
in that lane more, I'd be best off defending against that victory condition
Yep.
and picking one of the different ones for me to win.
Yeah. Like you might have to slay the same hero twice.
Yeah, so I might try and go for that,
Yeah.
whilst defending you from destroying my left tower.
Yep. Yep.
You can also you draft your deck. It's deck building, but you also draft your heroes.
Yep.
so you can kind of pick heroes that are good at stopping what your opponent. It's just great for competitive.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. And the competitive season is from the 1st of April, which is the launch of the Outsiders expansion, until December 12th, which they're going to have World Finals.
Wait, so they have a season?
They're having a competitive season, yeah.
So they're kicking it off.
Yeah, oh yeah, they're going hard.
Good for
real
them.
quick.
That's good.
Oh, really good.
So
yeah.
the competitive season, does that mean, what does that mean? Does that mean like they're going to have local game stores running?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're really pushing for that local competitive play.
That's sick.
Yeah, and like the game, it's set up in like 2 minutes. After you've
Actually,
built your deck and chosen your heroes,
Yeah.
it's 2 minutes and you're done. You flip 3 cards, you put some tokens down, and you're good to go.
That is true. I didn't even think of that
Yeah.
when we played. I didn't even think about.
Yeah.
There's some games where setup takes a bit,
Oh yeah, it takes like 15 or 20 minutes sometimes.
and that would have taken a couple minutes.
Yeah,
I'm thinking we slap the heroes down, throw the cards down. Maybe the draft. The tricky thing is, right, the drafting phase
yeah,
takes a while.
Yeah,
And the
yeah.
hero picking phase takes not a while. It's still quick.
it can be.
but it's actually part of the game.
It is. It really is. Yeah.
So it's not setup, it's you're playing the game.
Yeah.
That's a big part of it.
But there's also an easy mode. You can have pick like your 2 factions. So it's split. So it's alternates. So the first player picks 1 faction, and this other player picks 2.
Yep.
And then the first player picks the 4th.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like, you pick 1, your opponent can pick 2, gauging off that first one you picked.
Yeah.
And then you can pick your last one,
Yeah.
gauging off what your opponent picked.
Yeah.
So you've sort of got, it sounds tricky, but it's really easy to understand when you've got it in front of you.
Yeah, and there's 4 factions and they're all the different colors.
Yeah.
Blue, red, green, yellow.
Yep.
And those colors have cards that go with them.
Yep.
It's tough to explain a board game audibly.
Yes.
But the basic premise is, and those factions that have the different cards do certain things. So
That's
like
right.
Blue is more control orientated.
Red's damage.
Yeah. Yellow's like movement and direct damage.
Yeah. Green is like your utility, like your healing and your buffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they have those certain themes. So it's kind of cool because Shane might go, well, I see the victory conditions as kill 1 champion twice.
Yeah.
Using that example from earlier.
Yeah.
So I'm going to pick this red guy.
Because they just put out a shitload of damage.
Yeah. I might
Yeah.
pick the red faction.
But I'll know that, and I might pick something like that's survivable or like
Yeah.
healing, to try and counter that.
Or another thing that you can do is you basically, as the second person picking in this 2-player scenario,
Yeah.
you are basically picking their next faction as well.
Yeah.
So you might say, well, I don't really care who I pick.
Yeah.
I'll deal with that.
Yeah.
But I want them to be forced to have blue with
Yeah.
red.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because then I can whatever,
Because those two won't work well
yeah,
together.
or something like that. So
Yeah.
there's that cool element of it as well where before you even play the game, the strategy's kicked in full gear.
Yeah.
But touching what you said on earlier, you can actually play like a very basic version,
Yeah.
which I think is great for A, teaching people,
Yep.
and B, turning it into a gateway game.
Yes, absolutely.
Because the simple version is very simple.
It really is. It's a really great way to introduce people to miniatures as well.
Yeah.
Using miniatures on a board.
Yeah, and painting them. They're unpainted.
And painting, yeah, they're unpainted. Yeah, that'd be great. Great for painting. So you're sort of set like, 2-lane map, 2 to 4 players. You're looking at half an hour for a game.
I reckon.
It's really quick.
The first time we played was quite quick.
Yeah, and we were still learning the rules.
Yeah.
And the 3 lanes a bit longer. Like you got more heroes, 6v6 heroes on a 3-lane. But that's sort of set like an hour to 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 3 lanes, like if you're really into it, you do the 3 lane. There's
Yeah,
more
oh,
options
yeah.
for strategy during the game.
Yep.
Obviously, it's 6v6. You've got that many more champions to pick from.
Yep.
The picking phase for the champions is more involved. But it also, financially, it's a bigger commitment as well. 'Cause
Yeah.
in the core set, it only comes with 8.
Yes.
Which is enough for
yeah.
4v4.
So you'd need the expansion.
You'd need to grab one more expansion, which is fine.
Yeah.
It just means...
expansions are only going to be like, I think they're about 70 off the top of my head
Yeah, okay.
for 4 miniatures, which is, and like the extra cards and that. So
And that's all you'd need.
reasonable.
Yeah.
Reasonable. I think even less. But yeah, that was, so we played that. We gave that a sort of a good hot go. That was great. I'm actually really looking forward to that being released.
Yeah.
I'll definitely pick up a copy for myself.
Yeah, it was cool. I like the idea of playing it competitively as well.
Yeah.
In tournaments as well, where, you know, yeah, it would just be cool to see how different people, because you can, I mean, there's so many options involved. Like, we haven't really gotten to the mechanics of it, how, like, for example, I might have a red card that I've drafted for my deck that does this ability that's insanely overpowered, or seems overpowered. The way they balance that is that card, it costs a lot of mana.
Yep.
So I can't actually use it for the first few turns of the game, so it might just be taking up a slot in my hand.
Yeah.
Which is pretty valuable.
You need to weigh out whether you want to hold on to it or not.
Not to mention that the way you calculate damage is you flip cards from the top of your deck into your discard pile.
Yep.
And it reveals a little plus-minus symbol.
Yeah.
Those stronger cards have weaker plus-minus.
They do.
So if you fill your deck with them,
you're doing zeros.
You're doing zeros or -1s.
Yeah.
So you might do 1 damage to someone, then it's -1.
Yep.
Or you might do 2 damage naturally to someone.
Yep.
Then it's -1. Plus they've got 1 armor. You've done 0 damage.
Yeah.
Now that card that you drafted that was so strong is in your discard pile, and it's done nothing for you.
Yeah.
So there's all these different things you got to weigh up, which are just so cool.
Yep.
And I can imagine like people building these different champions in different ways. So like you might have a high damage guy.
Yep.
But he can also use a lot of champions have the different types of mana that they can use.
Yep.
So a red guy will always be able to use red.
Yep.
But he might also be able to use blue.
Yeah.
So you might draft this red guy and build a blue deck with him.
Yep.
You know, it would be very cool.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Yeah. For those that play games like Magic the Gathering, deck building games, this is sort of right up your alley, especially if you're looking at it like a gateway, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. And the good thing is it's deck building, so it ticks that box.
Yep.
If you love doing that. You're drafting heroes and champions based on what other people pick, so it's got that cool MOBA element.
Yep.
But then mechanically, there's all these different things you do to win control of each lane.
Yeah.
And then there's bushes which
block line of sight,
disrupt vision, so you can't target people.
Yep.
There's a skirmish mechanic, so you can move, attack, then move.
Yep.
So you could come out of a bush, attack someone, move back into the bush.
Right back in the bushes.
And cost them a move to be able to get adjacent to you to see you. So
yeah.
Again, we can't explain the whole game, but there's just so many different moving parts.
Yep.
But it's blended so well. Yeah. It was great.
If it sounds like something you're interested, just go on YouTube and have a look at the Skytear official YouTube page.
Yeah.
The guy on there goes through everything. He goes through how to play. There's even a few playthroughs where they won't even sit there and read you the rules. They'll just play the game like you already know the rules.
Yeah.
So that's interesting to watch as well, how that all goes along.
One thing I give props to them for is their YouTube channel. If you go to the Skytear YouTube channel, the videos are out of order, but you can see in the top left corner they've got a 1 out of 4, 2 out of 4, so you know to watch them in order.
Yep.
By the time you watch those, you watch their first run through.
Yep.
And you're actually pretty solid.
You
on
know
the
what's
rules.
going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that would take maybe 20 minutes, which is pretty good because when I watch a lot of the board games I play, tutorials for them, we're sitting there for like 30 to 50 minutes.
Oh, yeah.
And then by the time we play the game, we've forgotten the first 10 minutes, so we have to go to the
back to the start again. Yeah.
So it flows better than that, and I feel like it takes less games. We didn't even play through the full basic mode before we got the rules.
Yeah.
We got a few wrong, naturally, but it felt like after turn 1 we knew what we were doing.
Yeah, that's right.
And we could have flipped the cards over and used their full potential.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's good. I like that it goes all the way from basic teach your grandma mode.
Yeah. Yep.
To all the way up to
like hard
3-player boards, 6 champions each.
Yeah.
1v1, ultra competitive.
Yeah.
But I like it's got that sideward step where you can do 8 players, 4v4, just having a good time.
Oh, yeah.
Playing your own person, one little champion and focusing on the micro.
You're doing your thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Very cool.
That was good. But let's talk about an older game. Not old, but older.
Okay.
Spirit Island.
Love it. Wait, should I put that in my top 3? I love, Spirit Island is what made me realize how much I love co-op games.
Yes.
And so the concept of it, the theme of it is pretty cool. It's like you are an island. You're the spirits on an island.
Of the island.
Which is amazing because it's called Spirit Island.
I like to think of it as Settlers of Catan, but reversed. So instead of colonizing the island and building roads and digging up and building cities.
Yes.
It's the opposite.
Yeah.
You're stopping that shit from happening.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So you control that. Yeah, you're these spirits that I guess oversee the island.
Yeah.
The cool thing is there's a heap of different spirits with different abilities that
There's
you can
one
pick
for
from.
the ocean. There's one for the jungle. There's one for the rivers.
Yeah.
For the
There's
mountains.
beasts.
There's
Yeah.
like there's got to be like what 12 if not more with
think-
expansions.
Gosh, yeah, it's been a while since we played actually.
Yeah.
Hasn't
But there's
it?
also the natives of the island.
Yes, which you inadvertently control.
Yeah, not indirectly.
Yeah. Not directly,
Yeah,
indirectly.
indirectly.
You can move them around and use them as like your pawns
Yeah.
effectively.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's so cool. I wouldn't even know where to start with Spirit Island.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the premise is from this big selection of different spirits, you and your friends pick which ones you want to do. It's best if you work together and say, look, I've got this spirit that's really good at generating fear.
Yeah.
Which you guys won't know what that is if you haven't played it, but
Yep.
that's one aspect of it. I generate a lot of fear, but I don't have a lot of defense.
Yeah.
So someone might pick a lot of defense, or someone might go, I'm the ocean spirit, so I focus mostly on the borders,
Yeah.
but I can't move around a lot.
In
I
the
can't-
middle.
In the
No.
middle. And the way you interact is very interesting. Like, you've got these power cards, which it really is a phenomenal game. Now that I think about it,
Yeah.
we have to play it
We
again.
have to play it again. We've played it for ages.
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
Because every turn you could take a few actions, and those are, you might put presents down, which the map is made of this little island that you put together with tiles.
Yeah, each player gets their own tile and you sort of fit it together.
Yeah,
So
correct.
you've got different areas on your tile. Like you've got a coastal side, you've got mountains, jungle, and desert, I think it is.
Yeah, we called it sand or
Yeah,
there's wetlands,
dunes,
I think.
wetlands, yeah, something like that. Yeah, and each like some spirits are better in other zones. Like
Yeah.
the wetlands, they have their own river spirit or something, and then like the
Yep.
mountains, and each turn is consisted of like different things where the board does to you. So there's like
Yeah.
explorers, they'll like build on your different areas.
Yeah.
And then you've got cards to try and stop them or destroy their towns or kill their explorers.
Yeah, that's effectively what you're trying to do. You're constantly... So you can see what the invaders, they're called.
Yep.
You can see what the invaders are doing ahead of time,
Yep.
which is cool because you're a present, you're a spirit.
Yeah.
So they have... And basically, they've got an explore, a build, and an attack
Yep.
step. And there's little cards that go in those slots that tell you where they're going to do that.
Yeah, like in the mountains, which
Yeah.
is any mountain on any board.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it'll tell you they're exploring in mountains, attacking in jungle,
Yep.
building in jungle and attacking in mountains.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a double up.
Yeah, yeah.
So
You don't want that.
No, you don't want that. No, you don't want that at all. So you look ahead of time and you go, well, they're going to explore here. So we want to make sure we plan our turns.
Yep.
You've got certain kind of cards. You've got slow cards, fast cards as well.
Yeah,
Slow
yep.
cards happen before the invaders resolve those things. And fast cards happen before
Yep.
the invaders resolve those actions.
Yep.
And slow happen
cards
after.
Yep.
So, and it's so hard to explain board games. But once those things are resolved, so in our example, it's explore in mountains.
Yep.
Was it build in jungle?
Yep.
Attack in mountains?
Yep.
They all shift.
Yeah, they'll move up.
They'll
and then
move
a new
up.
one will be revealed.
So you know that because they're exploring in mountains this turn,
Yep.
that'll move into the build next turn.
Yep.
So they'll build in mountains.
Yep.
And you use this information to dictate what you're going to do. So you have to think ahead of time, but you also have stuff that's going to happen this turn. You've got slow cards that aren't going to work till after their stuff.
Yeah.
So for the slow cards, you're sort of planning for next turn.
Yeah, but it's too late for what's happening right now.
So you need to use your fast cards, but sometimes your slow cards are so much better
Yeah.
that you almost have to take the hit now.
Yeah.
Because it's great.
It's a fantastic game. If you haven't heard of it, or if you have heard of it, you got to get it.
And it's difficult.
It is. Oh, it's real
It's
difficult.
common to lose.
And like their easy mode.
Oh,
is
yeah.
hard as shit.
It's not easy. They
No.
shouldn't call it that.
No, no.
And there's a heap of different rules you can add on to it as
Yeah,
well. So
yeah.
there's the base game, and then you can add all these, I would call them modules to the game.
Yeah, modules is a good way to put it.
Because you can play without them.
Yep.
They just change it.
Yeah.
So if you play the base game, say, 10 times in a row,
Yep.
and you're like, it's still difficult, but I kind of got the hang of it.
Yeah.
You can throw any one of these 3 or 4 modules, like an event deck, which is random events.
Yeah.
There's
The different NPCs, like the AI, I should call it.
yeah, so
So you've got like the French or the English or whatever they
yeah,
are.
the Swedish.
Yeah, you've got all these different
Yeah, you can put special abilities on those invaders.
yeah, that's right.
So heaps of different things. But I mean, again, you can play without it.
Yep.
You can also turn the difficulty up as well. So you
Yeah.
can play the base game on level 1, or you can play the base game on level 3, or if you can play the base game on level 2, but with the events deck, or you can play base game on level 1
Again,
with events.
replayability.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
endless.
And that's
It's
just
so good.
And then you can pick a different spirit.
Yeah.
And then it changes the game completely.
Yeah.
You can play one player, which I did many times.
Oh yeah.
I've played it one player somewhere between 10 and 20 times.
Wow.
And just kept turning the difficulty. It was such a challenge. My wife got so annoyed. She was like, you take up the whole coffee table with this thing. She's watching TV and I'm just like, these damn invaders.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's a build jungle sand. What am I supposed to do about that? I got to deal with their attack in the mountains where they already have cities and they do extra damage and I've got no natives there. Oh man.
She's like, why are you telling me this?
I'm like, why are you making me watch this crap? I don't care if they get married.
Yeah, I don't want to watch The Bachelor.
Or Married at First Sight. And I certainly don't want to watch, what's that one she's been watching lately? Oh, I forget what it's
Not
called.
Keeping Up with
One
the Cash.
born every minute.
Oh no.
They're not wrong. There's one born every minute.
There's about 10 more every minute, isn't
Oh,
there?
man. So I'm listening to these screaming women, which is not uncommon. In fact, look, ears are burning. My wife is trying to call me during this podcast. Unacceptable.
Well, look, we've chatted for a little while.
Yeah, let's
Probably sums it up.
let's leave them alone.
Yeah. Check
poor
out some
lads.
board games. Skytear. Check out Spirit Island.
Yeah.
And if your top 3 match our top 3, or there's someone in between, shoot us an email. Let us know.
Yeah.
Join Discord.
So, also, if you're in our local little hobby scene, you know
Yeah.
where you are.
Yeah.
Wherever Geelong, that kind of area.
Yep.
Or we'll travel all the way to Ballarat or Wagga Wagga. We don't care.
We're coming for you, Wagga
We're
Wagga.
coming for you, Wagga. You can't hide from us. And you want to play one of these board games with us?
Yeah.
Hit us up.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet. Skytear 8 players.
Oh yeah.
Sweet. Spirit Island with a full stack of 4.
Yeah.
Gets real hectic with 4 people.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, hit us up on hobbyhomies@gmail.com or
Yeah. Discord.
jump in the Discord.
And once again, links in the description.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'd be mad.
Yeah. Thanks again to Churchy for once again putting up with our ranting and rambling, recording this for us, doing all the
All the hard yards.
all the real easy stuff behind the computer there, which is not easy.
No. We've
Couldn't
got
do
the
it.
easy job.
Yeah, we got the easy job. We just sit here, drink beer, and talk shit for like 45 minutes.
He has to listen to us.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. So
Not
do
only
you
listen
guys.
to us once, but like twice while he edits it too.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness.
So I feel for him.
Yeah.
But check him out on YouTube. Space Dwarves.
Space Dwarves?
Space Dwarves.
What'd you say?
Space Dwarves.
Space Dwarves.
Yeah. If you listened to the last episode, you would have done what I asked you to do and checked out Churchy.
Uh-huh.
And you know about Space Dwarves.
Space Dwarves.
So that's all I'm going to say.
Like, I'm not going to say any more either. So, Skytear comes out, when'd you say? 1st of
I
Feb?
think it's 1st of Feb, yeah.
And we are coming out. You're listening to us on the 3rd of Feb.
We may even drop it early if we get it.
Yeah, true.
Maybe.
We might have to.
I think we got to.
I think we have to.
People got to get in that Skytear shit.
Absolutely.
Get all up in this bitch.
Yeah, maybe we'll drop this on the Friday.
Yeah.
Today's Thursday. Drop it Friday. Did you hear that, Jack? So, yeah, that would be sweet. Or maybe it's look, maybe you listen to it late.
Yeah.
Maybe you just found us.
Maybe.
Maybe it's August.
Maybe it's like 2022.
Oh, my goodness. Hello, future being. What's the future like?
Yeah.
Tell us on Discord. Hit us up at hobbyhomies@gmail. Who won the Super Bowl?
We were like, we know.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I never thought we could speak to the future like this. That's insane.
Well, good luck.
Thank you. I don't need luck, or do
you.
I? In fact, can you come back in time?
Yeah.
And let me know if I screwed it up. Yeah, man, sweet.
Yeah.
But if you are listening to this later, and Skytear is sitting on the bench,
Yeah.
maybe it's like you go into your local game store, you've seen it a couple of times, you're like, I don't really know what that's about.
Yeah.
You can listen to this.
You got to get on it.
You got to get on it.
Yeah.
It seems fun.
Yeah.
Get a few friends around it. It's one of those games.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That'd be mad.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Thanks for listening, guys.
yeah. Thanks as always. Sorry in advance for future listeners for what you hear that we recorded in the past. See you in the future.
Yeah. Peace.